long journey to this point. Played in AFL games, AFL official games over in Melbourne, but haven't won on your home turf.
Yeah, well, it's very exciting for footy in WA. To don any AFL jumper obviously is a massive honour and a privilege, and to do it here on WA turf and in front of a home crowd and before the men's derby is obviously very exciting for everyone involved.
And what's been involved? What's the involvement with the Eagles been? They've had you in a few times this week, is that right?
Yeah, we've been in a few times, and we'll be in there tonight for our jumper presentation night, and just to have a little bit of a look around the club and a tour. And we had training on Tuesday with the group. So yeah, things are looking very exciting for Saturday.
Cara, I know you're super competitive, so you want to win every game. But is it more about showing what you can all do this weekend as well?
Absolutely, it's a showcase of female footy and what we have to offer here in WA. Obviously for the national competition next year at the start of the year, so yeah, very excited. You're obviously going to every game wanting to win, but at the end of the day, women's footy is the big winner on Saturday.
Is it a bit of pressure to do that on such a big stage?
Yeah, I think we'll just have to forget that the camera crews are out and just go about our footy like we do any normal game on a Sunday. So there obviously is a big expectation being televised on national TV, but I think the nerves will kick out of everyone in the first 5 minutes, and we'll just go out there and play the brand of footy everyone knows to play.
What can people expect? Because there would be a lot of sceptics out there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of media this week about it all. The girls go just as hard as the men's game. You'll probably see some big flying marks, big few hangers, and some really hard tackles. And the skill and the fast-paced game is just alike to the men's. So, yeah, it'll be a good spectacle for the game on Saturday.
Martine, what sort of squad have you assembled and how have they trained under your tutelage?
Yeah, look, we've got a fantastic group of 44 players. They've come through, majority of them have come through our Talent Academy, so our high performance program, and they've been working very hard for the last 5 months. We're also utilising this game as a state selection game, so we get the best of both worlds. They get to play for an AFL team and also potentially be selected for a state and team open and under 23s. So.
Will surprise be the operative word when people view it for the first time on the weekend?
Oh, look, most definitely. It's just an exciting opportunity for these girls. They've worked so hard. I know that there's been coverage of previous exhibition games, but for the girls to be able to represent 2 strong WA AFL clubs, there certainly will be a lot of surprises. There's a lot of athleticism, and the girls are very pumped and ready to go.
Martine, you've been coaching for a long time with the national competition coming in next year. Would you love a role in one of those teams?
Oh, look, most definitely. I'd love to be able to put my hand up and take on a potential role. So, yes, I've been working towards that. Very motivated to support the girls coming through for a national team, and it's just an honour to represent West Coast in this game on the weekend.
Do you know much about your opponents on the weekend?
Yeah, we do. They're, I've obviously played a role in selecting that team as well, with those girls coming through under my tutelage as the head coach of high performance. So it's a very balanced team for both sides. So we expect, a really professional outfit for Dockers. They've got a number of AFL players within that group that have already played for Western Bulldogs or Melbourne. And there's certainly some second-tier girls that are coming through and want to put their hand up for selection for a national comp.
Cara, there'll be another couple of games, obviously, throughout the year. I think it's 6 this year, but WA beating Vicks last year. Obviously, this would be the cream of the crop, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We were here last year on Domain in our WA Guernseys playing Victoria, and to beat them for the first ever time was a massive achievement. And to be out here again donning, AFL jumpers will be absolutely up there for sure.
What about regionally? You guys have a few regional players with you. How about inspiring some of the girls out there in the regions who don't have aren't as fortunate to be able to go off and play in full female footy teams?
Yeah, I think the great thing that WA are doing is creating that pathway for female footballers. So there are pathways now set in place. Back in the day when I started playing footy, there was nothing. So the opportunities that this state and Australia-wide have created for females in the game is second to none. So it is getting bigger, and I suppose to televise this game on national TV and to showcase what the women's game is about, those girls sitting at home watching it on TV can aspire to be like us one day.
Cara, did you have an allegiance to West Coast because you're originally from Melbourne?
No, not at all. I've been over here for 3.5 years, and you know, I support another football club, but to wear any AFL jumper on any occasion is a great privilege. You know, I'm a supporter of AFL itself, and I just love to play the game. So whatever jumper I'm wearing, I'll wear it with utmost pride.
You must be really proud to captain the first Dockers team.
Yeah, so it's a big honour and something that I couldn't have dreamt of, but it's one of those things where obviously everyone wants that privilege, but just to be on the team would have been good enough for me.
Similar to what I asked Cara, is it not about winning but just about playing your best and showing people what you can do?
Yeah, because there's so many people out there that don't know anything about female footy, so we'll be out there showing them what we've got.
What will you say to your teammates before you run out on Saturday?
Well, just to take in the opportunity, because a lot of players will be out there haven't been out on a big game before, so we'll want to make sure that they're focused just on their game and not to worry about what's going on around them.
Patrick, what's the coaching philosophy? Free-flowing footy or a win?
It's a coach always wants to win, but the philosophy for this weekend is all about developing players, growing the game, and making it a great spectacle for the people that come to the game on Saturday. That's probably the key for any coach.
For just the females, are you talking? Yeah, of course. This is something that's never happened before for both the Eagles and Dockers and the Derby, and obviously getting the tick in under the Dockers would be great.
How competitive will it be? Full on?
Yeah, of course. Like everyone always asks, you're going to see what the guys have, and obviously our bodies aren't as big as the guys. They're not going to hit as loud, but we still hit as hard. So.
And I think that's been my experience so far within the female academy and talent side of things. The competitive spirit is just as good, if not better, at some stages than the men. So it's an incredible situation to see women and the females fighting for the footy and winning contests and using the ball well. It's just great to see.
Is it a super exciting time knowing what's ahead next year for women's footy around?
Yeah, it's pretty overwhelming, to be honest, so I try not to think about it too much. So when it comes around, there's quite a few more decisions that need to be made, and not everything's finalised yet. So once they come to us with the finalisation of everything, then we can start looking at it proper then.
Renee, how'd you gain an interest in the game firstly?
I'm 29 now, and I started about 5 seasons ago. And I'm originally from the country, and I didn't know anything about female footy. I didn't know that there was a competition, and one of my friends asked me to come try it out, and I was like, yeah, cool, I'll give it a crack. And then I've loved the challenge, and I love everything about it, so I'm not going back to the other sports that I was playing.
What's the feeling like now that you know there's going to be a national competition next year? Do you and your teammates think about like a good performance this weekend could help you get picked next year?
Yeah, definitely. That's always on the girls' minds, especially even at Clubland. There's younger girls coming up, and they're pushing the girls that have already made that spot to keep fighting for our position. So it's good. There's so much pushing around.
Good luck.